Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you. And what a sunny, beautiful day it is. How beautiful it is for the weather to be out, for everybody to start be thinking about opening up this incredible lockdown and for us to get back together. This is Minds to Wealth with the amazing Ali Shahraki, who's on that side there. And last week, we went live for the first of Ali's shows. If you watched us last week, we were talking about the power of our minds and how we can become more effective in our minds, and that power that we've got in our minds becoming effective really can work on increasing wealth. Now, over the next 5 to 6 weeks, we're having a weekly show. Now, Ali is going through an incredible life-changing journey, and it's our pleasure and honor to be working with him as he makes this incredible transition. He's got a book coming out in approximately 6 weeks, which is going to be a fabulous book documenting his journey, what he's been through. And he's also, and I really, can't tell you too much about this, but he's building an incredible Mind to Wealth program that he could be teaching you. The show is about the transformation of our minds and our mental wealth and health and all the things that we need to become more effective in life and business, to enjoy life and business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Ali Shahraki, and this is Minds to Wealth, and I'm Bradley Chapman. Now, today, Ali's topic, we were talking about it this week. What should we talk about this week? What's a major topic, within the program that Ali's writing, and it's resetting beliefs and expectations to become successful in business. So Ali, this is really an important subject. So why is this so important? I mean, this is part of your program, part of your book, resetting the beliefs and expectations to become successful. Why is it so important? Why is it so important to you and to the people that you're going to be helping?
Hello, Bradley, and hello to everybody watching. Thank you for having me. Yeah, expectation is major in progress because there are four type of people. We have victim people, which 90% of people, they are on a level of victim, and they blame other people for any failure, for not achieving, for anything happens in their life. They blame other people, and these kind of people, they spend their time finding the blame instead of making progress and going forward. Right? These people, they can't let go. They find it very difficult to let go. Now, the second level is when they work on themselves, they realize I'm a victim and I don't want to be a victim anymore and I want to move forward. Then they start to become at the level of manifestation. But level of manifestation is when you start reading more, start working on yourself, self-development, watching motivational videos, and keep charging yourself. But still, you need to be charged to be able to have a light, right? So you still can, help other people. You start helping other people, you stop blaming other people, but still you need somebody to push you all the time. Now, when we get to the third level, which is a level of being, is the level where you are full of light. You don't need anybody to push you. You don't blame anybody, and you literally can help other people. You can literally shine for other people. And the fourth level is the level of godly level, which is very hard to get to that level. Is literally only I can say God is in that level because he can let go of anything, right? That level is when somebody killed your brother and you can let go of it and you can forgive them, which is hard as a human being to be able to forgive such a thing, right? So it takes a lot of time and effort to be able to fix that. Now, when you have expectation from, for example, Bradley, I work with you and I expect you to, make me a billionaire, for example, right? Yeah, right. But it's not just that. It's not just that I have to put the effort in. If I have expectation of Bradley has to do all the work, I'm never going to make progress. It works everywhere, even in relationship. Why people have bad relationship with their wife and kids? Why did I have bad relationship with my wife and kid? I hired many experts to come to my house trying to fix it. Only one man could fix it, and that was Tony Robbins. I was lucky. I was on the phone. One of those live, we had a live session and training, and they said they have a special guest. Usually, because Richard Branson said, press a button, you say yes in any opportunity, and then work out how you're going to do it. They said, we have a special guest who's got any question. I didn't have no question, but I pressed number 2 to say, yes, I've got question. And then this guy, he suddenly picked up the phone. He said, hello, Tony Robbins here. How may I help you? I said, what? Tony Robbins? I have no question to ask. What question can I ask? I said, well, I want my wife to change. And I went around 20 minutes explaining about my wife. I want this to change. He asked me one question. He said, have you ever asked your wife if she wants you to change? I said, I'm perfect. I don't need to change. I'm literally perfect. He said, son, can you ask your wife if she needs you to change? I asked my wife in the funny tone, do you want me to change? I know I don't need to change, but do you want me to change? Tony is saying, and she says, no, I don't need to change because I met you this way. I got married to you this way, and I don't need you to change. So I have no expectation of any more than what I saw when I met you. I just went, what? Really? And then Tony Robbins looked at, he said to me over the phone, Ali, I think somebody else needs to change, not your wife. Your expectation is too high from everybody, but you don't have no expectation of yourself. You need to change the mirror. The expectation should be on you, not other people. How much of the relationship you give it? I said, well, she doesn't give it. He said, how much do you give? I said, well, I wait for her all the time to give. Like, she doesn't show me love, I don't show her love. That's why we have argument. He said, what if you try to give 100% and don't have that expectation of she gives you love first? You give love first and see what happens. And everything changed. Our relationship suddenly turned around. I wake up, I make the breakfast. I don't wait for her to make the breakfast for me, and I make for her as well. And then she does the same thing for me the next day. Literally, it's like she's mirroring me. So I had to kill the expectation within me and give 100% to everything myself instead of expecting somebody else to give the other 50%. And then everything started working out. But the first step was stop being a victim.
It's very powerful, what you're saying. And viewers, if you're watching right now, Ali is on an incredibly courageous journey, because any of you that's watching right now that has made a really, decent level of financial investment and time investment in your development of yourself, your person, your character, because you want to reach an incredibly fullest potential that you can, you'll know that how difficult and painful the journey can be. And I know only too well, and Ali does too, because excuse me, we go through, as we're growing, we go through these immense changes inside ourselves. And it's beautiful when we start to shed our skin and we come out the other side. It's beautiful. But there's a moment when we're in that skin and we're trying to learn. We have this battle with ourselves and which way is the right way forward, and we're contrasting between where we've been and where we want to go. And ultimately, if we keep just resetting those beliefs, we move forward. Now, Ali's program is all about resetting the beliefs and refocusing and retraining the mind. But Ali, I, the same as you, worked previously with a lot of people where they couldn't execute, they couldn't change their mind. And I realized, actually, painfully, and I'm 50 years of age, and Alfie's still trying to knock it out of me, Bradley, don't waste your time with people that can't execute. They will only drain you. And as you rightly said just now, they're always going to blame you if they don't succeed. And I still struggled to get my head around it until recently. And I'm going to ask you the question of why it's powerful to realign the people that you work with to the people that can execute. But in this last week, and we were talking about this last week, and we always review every week how we're feeling, what we're going through. I've had such a shift this week in terms of deals and meetings that it's unbelievable. So let me put it to you, with your program when it comes out, Minds to Wealth, which is going to be an incredible program. I'm blessed to have a sneak preview. We can't help people that don't want to be helped, as you just said. So what do you do? What do we do as individuals and viewers watching that actually saying, yeah, I can get that. I do work with some people that, they're just not prepared to execute and listen and move forward. They're kind of stuck. And yes, it does drain me, but it keeps me at their level of worth. How do we cut loose of people that don't serve us, Ali, in order to raise to that level where people will execute and we are just growing together? How do we do that? How do you teach that within your program?
Just one answer: raise your standard. Raise your standard. Your standard gets higher, People who they want to work with you, they become higher standard as well. And then you don't have to work with people who they have lower standard. I'm teaching my son, for example, he goes to the toilet, he comes out. I don't go and tell him, oh, why didn't you put the toilet seat down? I said to him, son, is that your expectation of me when you go back in the toilet to see the toilet like this? Because what's your standard? Because when somebody goes after in the toilet, how do you want them to see the toilet? Now, since then, he starts changing everything. He's raising his standard, not expectations. So you have to kill expectation, raise your own standard, and then you realize people who they want to be around you also they have very high standard as well.
And actually, that's beautiful. And just at that moment, there's a gentleman who's just come on. His name is Umar Hussain. He's on the screen right now. This guy is a dear friend of mine. I've talked to you about this man. And we have such a beautiful relationship of trusting each other and taking time. We can say anything to each other, and we both educate each other. And it's said with love and care, but will we know that? He's just got married, so congratulations. He runs... Yeah, he runs, he's Pakistani, he's a Muslim brother, and we get on just absolutely incredibly. And we're meeting tonight, actually. And Umar is always one of these guys who's open to learning and growing, and this sort of guy that we love to have as a friend and to work with. When we work with people that engage in a program, like you train people all day long at the moment with foreign exchange, but you also help them with their mindset, which is why you said, right, I want to do more on the mindset. How does it make you feel when you're working with people that execute? So I know how I feel, but how do you feel?
Is the flow of the energy, isn't it? Right? So they give you energy and you are flying on their energy. If somebody is in your program and is not doing what they're supposed to do, or they just putting everything behind and they're expecting you to do all the driving, it's draining, isn't it? Like you feel like, am I getting anywhere? Like, am I gonna achieve any result for this person? Because if they don't achieve result, then it shows on your reputation. It affects your reputation. Also, me as a person myself, if I'm helping somebody, I love to see them achieve something, achieve result. Because if they don't, I doubt myself. I feel like, I need to go and retrain myself, and I actually go and sign up to a new course to get that out of my own system. Because I blame myself. Why I let them down? I feel like I let them down. But in reality, it's not me letting them down. It's them not doing the work they're supposed to do. And they have high expectation. That's why in any business, the mind and psychology is 80%, 20% is the mechanic. Because if they have that high expectation, that's why 95% of people in the world, they don't become rich. They don't make money. Because they have expectation of other people to make money for them, right? Why Alfie's got a lot of money? Why can't he come and make some money for me? I can't make that money for you. You gotta make it for yourself. The only thing Alfie can do is just show you the way. Here's the way. This is what I did. Go and do it.
You mentioned Alfie there, and one of the things about Alfie, and people don't get this about Alfie, or me, and what I do, and why people like you and me are getting a chance for Alfie best to say, look, I'm endorsing this individual, and obviously your book, Alfie is doing the foreword for you. And also said to me the other day, look, would this gentleman like me to write a chapter in the book? I'm watching. Right, I'm watching what you guys are doing on the show, and I want to, would you like me to write a chapter for him? When the book comes to being ready, I said, yeah, I'm sure Ali's not going to turn that down. But
seriously, Ali's going to turn that down. That's like,
so but this is about building relationships. As we're going through our process with book and everything we're learning together and each other. There's people that watch, and sometimes you don't know somebody's watching. And with social media, it's very easy to get lost in this whole likes thing. I met a guy, and this is important for how we feel. I met a guy when I was working in London a couple of years ago, might be 3 years ago now. And he said to me, Bradley, he said, I follow you on Facebook and I watch what you do. I said, really? I said, what's your name? He says, I've never commented on your videos. He said, but I watch you. He said, you'll find a lot of the people that's actually highly successful that mean well will watch your video and they're not comment. He said, now don't get me wrong. There's lots of really decent supporters that will comment and like. He said, but I just wanted to tell you because I've got an opportunity to meet you face to face. I think what you do is amazing. And my friend in Australia rang me and said, have you seen this guy in the UK, this Bradley guy? He says, so never underestimate your reach. So a question for you, resetting our beliefs and expectations to become successful in business. In resetting our beliefs, we are going to reset our beliefs, but then we're going to go through this pain where we not quite get there to where we want to be because we're work in progress. How do you advise people to hang on to that? Don't lose your belief. Keep going, because it's just the start we're building for them to come through the other side. They're on a program. They're on a journey. They're not quite there. They're doubting themselves. What would you say to them? Hang on. We're only a fraction of the way there. Don't let go.
I'm looking for my plan. I was actually in that point, and I went to America. I met John Butcher. He's a multimillionaire, and I attended one of his programs for 1 week. It was £25,000, and he helped me to write down my life plan, because I was confused. I was like, every time I start a new business, I started something new, and then after a few weeks giving up because I couldn't see no result. Same as losing weight, right? Why people don't lose weight is because myself, one of them, right? So that's one of my weaknesses, losing weight. I go to gym for 1 or 2 weeks. I go on a diet for 1 or 2 weeks. I don't see my six-pack coming out. I give up, right? But it's not something short-term, it's a long-term. So the first thing they need to have is they need to have a plan, life plan. They need to have a vision. I have a life plan, 5 years plan. Well, actually, I have a minute plan, hourly plan, monthly plan, daily plan, and then I have monthly plan, I have a yearly plan, I have 10-yearly plan, and I have a 99-year plan, even if I'm not here. What's going to happen? So if I die tomorrow, my son, he goes to that book and he knows exactly what I would have done if I was here. Because especially if you are in investment, people need to know where everything is and what's going on, so they can sort it out after. So the first step for people is you need to ask this question: what do you want from life? What do you want from life? Do you want life to just carries on and finishes? Or do you want to actually look back and say, you know what, I've done something in this life? Because there are some people, they are here just pass through. But there are some people also here to make some changes to other people's life. Who are you? You need to start getting to know yourself. And the first step is to have a plan, have a vision. What do you want from life? You want money? Okay. But I didn't even know how much money I want. And my mentor said to me, Ali, if you don't know how much money you want, how can you go and get it? Right? I said, I want £5 million. He said, on what basis? I said, I don't know. I just want 5 million. He said, why? Then I realized I don't need 5 million. I only need £250,000 a year to live the life I want. And it was very achievable. Then I didn't give up. I just went for it and I just made it. That's it. I don't need 5 million. I just needed £250,000 a year to live the life I want. And I was halfway there already. I didn't even realize it. You feel overwhelmed when you sit down and look back and say, oh my God, £5 million. It's too far away. You can't make it. It's because of your expectation again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense?
Well, no, it's true. It's true. But look, if somebody, let's say they've got their plan, okay, and I'm no different. I plan it, I look at my numbers, I validate it. But let's say, because you're going to have this, I have this, we both shared this together, that we start different coaching courses, and then we see people in a course and they're just like, they shine, don't they? And you've got them and they're like diamonds. They just shine out that they're engaged, and they're hanging on every word. Tell me more. What else can I do? How? And they come back, I've done that, I've tried that. And they
sometimes they scare me. I feel like they're going to go more further than me.
They just want more and more and more and more, just like hungry to grow. Listen, when I'm working with someone, I'd say a guy last week, and bless him, he's had a real tough time, but I said to him at the start, I always say at the start, look, when we engage in this program together, because I no longer work with the, as you say, the victims, I just won't do it. It's just it's no good for them. It's no good for me. And I say, look, when we work together, it's like, imagine a piece of rope between us, and that piece of rope, can you imagine it now? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to hold one end of that rope, and I want you to hold the other end of the rope. Have you got the rope? Yeah, I've got it. Okay. I will never let go of that rope as long as you don't let go. But if you decide to let go of the rope, I won't let go immediately, because I will check to say, you're right, why did you let go? It might be just a hiccup. They might just be going for transformation. I'm still here. I need you to put your hand back on the rope and grab it. Can you do that? No, no, I give up. If you give up, I'm going to let go of the rope and that's it. We're done. But I promise you this, I will not let go of that rope as long as you've got the fight to continue the journey and the passion and the will. And even if you fall off and let go of the rope, as long as you put your hand back on it, I will not let go. And for me, that's really important, because in another time, it might be somebody else saying that to me, that I've got to hold the rope like Alfie does. And I also need that reassurance that I may fall on the journey. I may go over on the journey, but I want to know that someone's there. So how do you reassure people that's on a course that actually that journey is worthwhile? You know, they got it in their mind, they know their plan, but they're going to get little bumps in the road. I have it every day. I mean, I get, oh gosh, that one's not worked. Or how do you reassure them so that they put their hand back on the rope because they're worthwhile? How do you do that?
I only remind them of the why they join the program. That's why it's so important to have your why. When I went to do trading, every day I was going to give up, because this is one of those journeys. Here you are in front of you, right? That's why you are doing it. The why is the only way you can remove the obstacle on your way. That's why it's so important to have your why. Why did you start in this journey? Why? You know, I'm writing a small book which I'm going to give it for free to people. Is a black book of wealth. It's about 20 pages, and I'm going through all this for people. I'm just going to give it to people for free because I know this is what they need. And my why was my daughter. She had disability, and I knew she's not going to be able to. Well, it's wrong of me saying I knew, because maybe she goes out there and get a proper job and everything as well. But I said to myself, look, I don't think she's going to be able to make money the way she has to, so you need to work instead of her as well. And that made me to start thinking, what kind of job can I do so even if I'm not here, still I can support her, because I'm not going to live forever. And with trading, I invested for her, for example, until the age of 35. If I'm here, I'm going to keep putting that money in for her. If I'm not here, she will get monthly payment of £10,000 every month to spend, or she's going to get £3.2 million in one go from the investment I done for her, paying only £100 every week or every month for her, right? So she's supported all her life. She doesn't need to rely on the government or any benefit. That's all I could do. Now, letting go of that rope, you can't do anything about that unless they have a why they join the program. That's why I don't let anybody join my programs before they have a why. Why do you want to join my program? I don't just take people money. I have a consultation with them, 1 hour. Why do you want to come and do trading? And they said, because I want to do this. If I feel like this is a very strong why for them, then I let them join my program. Otherwise, they're just going to turn out to be a negative energy for everybody else in the group. Their why is so important.
And you've been through, you know, I think that people that have, well, I know some as you, the people that's been through the greatest level of pain, endurance, or adversity, and we've all been through it. Like Alfie always says, you know, your demons can either kill you or they can push you forward. You know, listen, the Japanese have got this this process of when a vase breaks, they put it back together with this gold glue, and I forget what it's called, but they actually say that the vase that's been put back together that's broken with this gold glue is actually more powerful than a vase that's never been broken.
Yeah. Same as
So
Amanda is more stronger, yeah.
So when we go through this adversity, and I've been through a fair share, and I know a lot of people watching's been through a fair share, I know you've been through a lot. You won't give up. I won't give up, because you believe there's something more inside. And that's why I'm so excited that when your program comes out, I will know and appreciate what you've been through to push yourself in order to build this program. Now, how do we get another person to realize the value in what you're giving up, the sacrifices you're giving up? And me too, but this show's about you, the sacrifices that you've given up to be able to put this program together. But how do we stay humble in the same breath, so we don't have to, you know, tell people, well, this is what I've had to do this, because we're comfortable? But how do we explain to people that this journey is not easy, and not everybody will achieve the level of success, because so many things have got to work So how do we share with people what's needed to make this transition, transformation, adjustment into this, the best version of ourselves? And how do we warn them that it's not going to be easy, that we're going to get smacked, we're going to get kicked back, we're going to get rejected? How do
But
we help them with that?
that's what we do on the first day when people they join our forex course, and then at the end of the day, I give them option of if you want, just get full refund and leave, because I give them all the negative point of being a trader, all the bad thing about it, right? Because the only thing we can do, Bradley, is just be honest with people. Don't give fake promises to people. This is
Yeah.
what it is. This is what you have to do. I can help you in this way, and this is what you have to do. Now, I appreciate anybody who they open their coaching business. For example, you open your coaching business. I appreciate it because you've been through a journey, you've been through a pain, you learn from that. For me to go through that pain again, it's going to take me time and it's going to cost me a lot of money. Now, I can pay, for example, for your course, come to your course and learn it from you in 2 days and save me a lot of time and money, right? So I appreciate that because you are willing to exchange your experience of many years for a little sum of money. Or even, Alfie, right? If he opens a program, people should appreciate it. If, for example, I've been researching for 15 years to mind and wealth and all this stuff, if I open up my live show and I start talking about it, trying to give the information to people, trying to help people, people should appreciate, because I could have choose not to do it and just have everything for myself.
But you want to give. There's something inside you that wants to give and share that experience in order to help others. That's admirable.
You have to give,
because it takes a lot of courage, right?
because what even Tony Robbins says, he says business is like religion, right? It's like relationship, right? I said to him, what do you mean? He says, in religion, you have to give donation first before you receive blessing.
Yes, yes.
In relationship, you have to give love first before you receive love. You can't expect to. He was right. In business, the same thing. You got to give the hardship. You got to give the logs to receive the fire. You can't just sit down and say, I want to have the fire. I provide the log after. You got to go in the cold, get the log, bring the log in, then you can be warm all night. Or you can sit down on your chair and be cold all night without fire. Which one you choose? I choose to go out there for 10 minutes, get some log, be frozen, but at least the rest of the night I'm going to be warm and cozy. Some people choose to just sit in the cold and don't move, and that's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Scared of the
And
result.
and equally as well, when you've got this person in front of you, we both work with them where they're saying, okay, look, I've seen what you're doing. I like your story, your backstory. I get a good resonance. I want to work with you. For us as teachers and educators, right? It's the best feeling in the world, right?
Yeah. Because you get to teach what you done to somebody else. Trust me, Bradley, I've been around rich people a lot. Rich people, they love to teach what they've done to other people, right? But they are not willing to do that. If you are somebody who you don't appreciate the hard work, you need to realize they've been through pain, they've been through hassle to get to where they are. Then they are willing to teach you. If you are expecting them to just show you the button and you press the button to become rich, they hate that because they know they haven't woke up to be a billionaire. I'm sure Alfie hasn't woken up to be a billionaire in one night.
20 years.
Yeah, you are. Me, 15 years nearly. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not.
Right? Alfie says, he says, everyone says, this get rich quick schemes, you're going to make $1 million. He said, Alfie says, there is nothing like that exists. He said, but what I've done is get rich slowly over 20 years.
Look, if you win the lottery, how many people do you know they won the lottery but they lost money again? How many?
So many.
Do you know why?
Not many.
Because they haven't been through the process of making money.
They haven't had a relationship with money, so they don't understand it.
Exactly.
So let me share something, ladies and gents, on the screen.
I am so passionate about this, man. I could go for hours and talk about
listen, there's no doubt about that. So let me just get the right camera view. This is let me just get the right view there. This is Ali's new book, which is due out in about 6 weeks. Now we're currently working on the book and the chapters, and Ali's enjoying himself immensely because, and he said this to me this morning, Bradley, every time I write a chapter, every time he writes a chapter, something else ignites in me. So when I started writing my book, I had a concept that this is what it was going to be, and I had an expectation in my mind, and I'm learning that this is what my book. But every time I write a chapter, it adjusts the way I'm thinking. It adjusts, and I get a new energy, a new spiral of activity. And every chapter that moves forward, it keeps developing, becoming even more enhanced than what I first thought. So the question is, and I said this morning, about trying 10 things and one thing comes off. So what's your advice for people when they try something and it doesn't quite come the way they want it, but then they keep trying and then bang, 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 just some incredibly positive, beautiful stuff happens? Because that's something you can only experience if you try it, right? So how do you encourage people to try it?
Just be open-minded and ask yourself, okay, if I don't try, I'm not going to see no result. What if I tried and this is the best thing ever I tried? It's 50-50, isn't it? It's the rule of probability, right? It's 50%, I'm not going to achieve anything, I'm not going to do anything. Hold on. You haven't achieved anything already. So you are on the level where you are not happy. Is that right? So that's why you are watching this video. That's why you want to make progress. That's why you want to go more further. What if you tried this and it took you to the next level? The other 50%. Be optimistic.
And something else, and thank you. I love having our conversations at 1 o'clock. If you've got a question for Ali, join in. This show, Ali's show, which is Minds to Wealth. His Facebook page is Minds2WEALTH. Follow it and like it, because Ali's show will continue after 6 weeks on his own Facebook page. But what I'm going to do now is something that we've not done before. Ali's book is coming out, and
you love surprising me, don't you?
Right, listen, but it's exciting. What I'm going to do now is we're talking in this particular broadcast about having the ability to be able to reset, our beliefs and expectations. So I'm going to give Ali a question, and I'm going to drop myself down into the waiting room, so it's just Ali and his book there. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here, but just watching Ali, because when Ali, when we come to about the 4th or 5th show, actually, I will be the guest on Ali's show, and it'll be Ali delivering his show, and he'll be getting payback with me. He'll be asking me any question he wants to ask me about my journey, and I think that hopefully, please God, I'll be the first person that Ali's actually interviewed on his show, which I'd love to have that honor. But listen, if you've got somebody else, I understand it. But the question I'd like to put to you, and then just for you to be on screen with your book, to deliver. Now, we don't pre-script this. We talk about the general subject, but we just go live, right, with a conversation, knowing that between us, we hope that you'll find something in the broadcast that gives you confidence, courage, strength, and added wisdom. So the question would be, okay, now we've both got children, and my children, your children, we're both family men. When I look at my children, it melts me, and they're always in front of me when I broadcast, as you can see. So what I want to do is I want to drop off and ask you this question: that how does it make you feel when you look at your children? And as fathers, I think we've both been here where our children have wanted something and we've had to say, no, we can't afford it. We haven't got the money. And it's the most painful thing. I can remember my girls coming up to their birthday, another story, when they were much younger and I just didn't have the money to get them. It devastated me. And then when we have the money, not to spoil them, but to give them something, and the feeling it gives us. So our children, how does it make us feel when we can give them something, not money, but give them something that they appreciate? And how do we feel when we can't? And ladies and gentlemen, over to Mr. Ali Shahraki for the answer to this question, with Ali and his book side by side.
Asking your children, asking you for something and not being able to afford to buy it. This is quite painful, because I've been through this pain. And I remember with my daughter, going to the shop, and she was looking at the stuff, and I knew she wanted it, As long as I could afford to buy from credit card, I was buying it. And it got to the point where I actually had to say no, because in one point in our life, me and my wife, we literally for a week we had to live on beans and just tea because we couldn't afford to buy food. All the credit card was full, and we couldn't do anything about it. We couldn't get no benefit as well. So I had to find a job. I had to go and do any job. I've been even working in a farm and everything. So I done everything, fair share of hard work. I understand. Done taxi, done many things, but it's quite painful when, especially your child comes to you and asks you for something, and you can't buy it. And that was one of my why I decided to change my job and become a trader, because now my son woke me up actually, and he said to me, Dad, you go to work long hours and you're saying you are making all this money for us, but you never have time to come and spend it with us. That was very painful. And what I decided to do, I said, you know what, that's it. I'm going to try to find a job which I can earn money still while I can go and spend time with my kids. Because what's the point of this life when I have to go to work long hours and I don't get to see my kids? And he's saying to me, he woke me up. He said to me, Dad, you don't spend no time with us. You don't take us anywhere. So I didn't know what to do. And I started to do research into the wealth and realize all these rich people, how do they have lots of free time? How do they get to launch new businesses every day? It's because they are earning while they are sleeping, while they are doing nothing. And that's by investing. That's why I went to investment. That's why I spend the time. And that gave me a very strong why. I wanted to be able to say, yes, you want that? Yes, I can buy it for you. You want this? Yes. You want to go on holiday? Yes, I can do it for you. That gave me amazing feeling when I can say yes, especially to my kid, because trust me, I work really hard to make sure I never gonna say no to my kid again, because it wasn't a nice feeling to keep saying no to my kid. And especially my 5 years old daughter, she came to me now. She's 9 years now. She understands a lot about money. She came to me and she said, Dad, what can I do to make money? I said, why? He said, I want to help you, but I don't know what to do to make money. And I didn't know what to say. She's 5 years old. She shouldn't be worried about money. I really didn't know what to say. That was a painful thing. She came and she said to me, she said, what can I do to make money for you so you don't need to be worried? Now she grew up to be like a business person. She's 9 years old, and the stuff she's saying, about you have to buy property, you have to invest, you have to do this. I'm glad she had this upbringing. But that day, I know this was really worrying on her little mind, thinking my dad doesn't have money, and he can't afford to buy this for me. So she was holding back. Every time she wanted something, she wasn't asking me. That's really worrying, because I'm there to provide. And as a father, I'm a family man and I love to provide. I don't know. She could have gone and asked somebody else, but I'm glad she didn't ask anybody else. Thank you for watching. And this is Ali Shahraki.
Listen, that was absolutely beautiful. And Ali, thank you for sharing that. It's those moments that drive us to keep pushing forward to do what we do. It's those moments that actually you and I are still working at the midnight oil and we're still texting each other. And it's really for that reason of feeling that pain that we know the difference between where we don't want to be and where we do want to be. And I had a similar thing, with my daughters, exactly the same pain. It was terrible. And it reminds me now of where I don't want to be, the same as you. Now, as brothers with family, we share that emotion, that feeling, and that circumstance.
You don't want to be there.
But
2002, and I'm trying my best to not to be there anymore.
Oh yeah, Alfie.
You
Alfie says the same thing. When he was younger, he nearly lost his business, and you may know this. He actually had a heart murmur, like a heart attack, and he collapsed, nearly losing everything. And he says, even today, to this day, we say, "What keeps you driving forward, Alfie?" He says, "The pain that I experienced and what I went through was so bad, so painful, that just thinking about it brings tears to my eyes today."
And I don't want to
that drives me forward. So resetting our beliefs and expectations, which is what we've been talking about. I suppose we've all got a point where we're resetting from, and a moment where we we learn from, and we feel the pain, we accept it. We don't run away from it, because we have to embrace that pain in order to reset, to push forward.
Yeah.
So now let me take you forward, right? You're going to be launching this course. You're going to be teaching people wealth. Now, the mindset, which is what we're talking about, only works when we get the mind right, and then you teach people to increase their wealth. Now, currently, you train people in their wealth growth through a successful foreign exchange business, which is called School of Trading. And you train people to grow in Forex, you protect them. So now the way that you're transforming is you take investment for people, you trade on foreign exchange for them. They also learn foreign exchange through your trading school of trading and the programs you put on. I think you got one coming up this week.
Yeah.
But now you're saying, well, that's great. And if you want to go into Forex, I can help you with your mind. I can help you reset because you've been through it. And if you want to work part-time or full-time in Forex like I do,
Yeah.
you can earn your wealth. But you said to me, there's some people that they want the mind to wealth training, but they don't want to do Forex. So
Fine.
you said, fine, I'll create a program that helps them no matter which way they want to go.
And
Right?
that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to extract the psychology part of the Forex out, which is the high performance psychology. And we're trying to make it to a different product so other people can use it as well. And that's what we're trying to do here.
And this is second week of the show. Tomorrow morning, I'm in hospital to have the wires taken out of my hand, finally, because I can't, as you know, move those little fingers. So I've got 3 wires. After those wires come out, I think tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about the next chapter in the book, and you're going to be running through that chapter and what you've written, what you're doing. How excited are you about this book? I mean, seriously, is it like, well, it's going to be once I finish it, are you holding back? I mean, how excited are you at this moment in time?
Bradley, I put on, for many years, I've been putting posts on Facebook, putting stuff on Facebook and trying to, my mission is to keep hope in people. When I had my bike accident, I was given one mission, to create hope in people, and people who they are losing hope, give them hope. There is something bigger waiting for you. And I've been doing that. As you said, many times, many people didn't like my post or they didn't write any comment. I stopped that for a week. And then I started receiving email. I started receiving private messages from people. Brother, you are my hope. Every morning when I wake up and I see your post, that gives me hope. That gives me that drive to wake up in the morning and go to work. I said, so I never seen you. You never press like on my stuff. He said, I haven't got the courage to press that like. I feel like if I press that like, somebody's going to see me. Somebody's going to say something to me. Is the fear. But I love your stuff. Every time, literally, I search on Facebook, trying to find your post. I want to start my day with what you saying. And that encouraged me. I said, you know what? I've got to put this book out there. People need to know. I've been through the pain. I didn't just wake up in the morning and, say, I'm a trader. I'm pressing button on, No. It's impossible. If anybody promises you that. So I had to put this story out there so people know I'm coming from the point of pain. And I'm using my pain to push me forward. And nothing can stop me.
I think it's so beautiful. And I have nothing but respect for what you're doing, because I know how difficult it is, how much your mind will be in development stage and just constantly thinking about making it better. So I'm a huge fan, a huge admirer. I know that together we've got such a long way to go in synergizing with our partnership. And I want you to know, apart from Alfie wanting to write a chapter in the book for you, we're about to get more serious about launching our business coaches program, where we're going to have business coaches and life coaches that's going to be working under the rich list business coaches that we're launching with Alfie. And again, we are very much looking forward to working closely with you in the future as one of our inner circle members. And I wanted to say thank you for putting your trust in Alfie, and more specifically myself, because this is your life. This is your life story. And so I'm honored to help you deliver that, and I'm looking forward to what the future brings. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ali Shahraki. This is Minds to Wealth. Ali's show will be going on Minds to Wealth. Please do follow him on Facebook. Ali is going to take us off air and wrap it up where you can find him, Facebook, etc., etc. So over to Mr. Ali Shahraki for awakening your mental and financial wealth. This is Minds to Wealth. Go on, Ali.
This is Ali Shahraki, Minds to Wealth. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. I'm on Twitter as well, if you believe it or not. I just started to be on Twitter. So, yeah, but I operate on Facebook. So, follow us and, and get in touch, right? PM me, I'm a very easy guy. I don't mind to talk. Most of my time during the day, it goes to talk to people for free. To give hope to people. So if you are somebody who, needs to just have a chat, drop me a PM and let's see if we can, start talking.
100%. One last thing before I go, if I may, before we close off, I want to share with the audience. Do you know, when I first met Alfie, to come in, to meet him and to go into business, actually, when I first met him to come in, to set a business with Alfie. I'd known him for about a year and a half before that. But actually, our meeting, when we come to discuss business, we didn't agree. In fact, we were quite heated. And Alfie actually said to me, wish you luck, wish you luck. I'm still, remain open for you to talk to, but no, not going to happen. And actually, we had an argument. And I went away from there thinking, God, could have handled that differently? What did I do? Right? Seriously, Ali, we had an argument, right? Now, Alfie says that there's no relationship he's ever built with someone that's worthwhile unless he's had an argument. Now, you and me this morning, you were frustrated and tired. I was frustrated and tired. I got my mum in hospital. You got your challenges. And we both grunted at each other, didn't we?
Yeah, last 4 days I've been having very bad pain in my tooth, and I've had no sleep. So of course, who can I shout at? I only can shout at you.
So now we've bonded absolutely in Alfie Best style and Ali and Bradley style. So listen, guys, we're going to see you next week. Looking forward for Ali's book to be launched under Alfie Best Media. I'm also going to be introducing another lady into the mix next week that's also going to be supporting Ali on this journey. But for now, this has been Minds to Wealth. Ali Shahraki and Bradley Chapman. God bless. Stay safe. Be the best that you can be. Take care. We'll see you both next Tuesday, 1 o'clock. Come join us and do like, share, and comment, ladies and gentlemen. Please do. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.